Hello, everyone. Welcome to an Identity Crisis, episode 108. We are back and better than ever. I'm your host, Ryan By, joined as always by Mr. Adam Lovar,
Hello, hello.
my literal brother from another mother, Justin Pickavance.
Howdy you do, motherfucker.
The crack didn't come
I
through.
didn't
I'm
hear the
sorry.
crack.
Yeah, it didn't come
Yeah,
through.
Hold on.
Oh, I don't think that my fake cracked in either.
nope.
Did that one come
Noise
through?
noise canceling is catching all these.
That's
All
it.
right, well, imagine a loud
There you go.
extra crack.
And finally, joined by Josh. Still have not thought of a good nickname for him yet, Huffman.
It's fine. I'm used to imagining cracks.
I don't. Hmm.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh,
You
yeah.
should take that as you thought you should.
All
Yeah.
right, fair
Oh
enough.
yeah. I imagine beers.
How's everybody
frequently.
doing?
Good.
Doing well.
Good.
Doing well. It's nice to be back.
Yeah, so we haven't put out like a normal episode in what, 3 weeks? Because we had technical difficulties, and then we took a week off, and then we played Fall Guys. So we're back though. We're back now finally. I'm excited. I'm glad to be back. Although the Fall Guys night was a lot of fun.
Dude,
I had a
Fall Guys
blast.
was super fun, actually.
That was a
I
really
would
I
good
want to
time.
play it again.
I would be down with doing more of that at some point.
Yeah, that was a really good time. Really good time. So we're back. I'm not gonna go through the whole rigmarole. Y'all know what's going on. So how
I
was
will.
everybody's week? What? Go
I
ahead.
was just gonna say. I will say real quick that if y'all follow us on Twitch, you'll know when we go live with Fall Guys eventually, or other games like Star
Good,
Citizen
yeah.
or something. You know, if
Yeah.
we decide to stream it.
The world
But,
is our oyster. We can play whatever we want. I still
Twitch.tv
think we-
/
Um,
Identity Crisis.
I
Yeah.
also got a new Discord bot that is custom, and part of the requirement was now it will, whenever we go live, I need to add that. This just reminded me, but then it'll post it in Discord for
Mm.
Oh,
us.
nice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Very
It'll
cool.
notify people when we're going live.
There you go. Yeah. I mean, we can play whatever game we want, boys. I still think we need to play a stick fight night. It's like $3 on Steam. I think that would be a
I'm
blast.
pretty sure I bought it whenever we
Yeah.
talked about that.
All of us playing stick fight. I think that'd be hilarious. Honestly.
Was that
So,
when Leif was still?
Yeah. Leif and I played. Um.
Y'all
Would
own Duck Game? That would be fun as well.
duck
Ooh,
game.
Cam says he's got stick fight. He thinks so. He could
There you
jump
go.
in.
That would be a
Hmm.
blast. Stick fights the shit. All right, let's kick it off, boys. We got some catching up to do. I got a lot to talk about, and what are we playing now? I'm guessing you guys do too, unless it's still just Star Citizen 3 weeks later.
I have
But
Stick Fight as well. Sorry, I had to
nice, there you
check.
go.
I had to check Steam. So
Perfect, good. So, all right, we're gonna just dive into it. Start off the episode as we always do with a listener question from Jacob. Hello, Jacob.
What up,
Hey,
Jacob?
Jacob.
What up, Jacob?
Jacob says, if the entire earth flooded when Noah had his ark, how did freshwater and saltwater fish both survive? Adam, tradition dictates you answer first. What do you got?
It didn't happen, so that's why we have saltwater and freshwater fish. Am I wrong? I don't know. Evolution.
I was gonna. Sorry, homeschoolers.
The
I
game
was gonna.
Spore. That's how. Let's go back to video games. Spore.
I
If you
was
haven't
gonna
played, if you
bring
haven't
up.
played that game.
I was gonna bring up like, hey, you know how we don't talk politics on this show, but every once in a while Justin will slip something in, like he'll just randomly be like, taxation's a theft. And
Like what? Who said that? What?
Did you say every once in a while or once every
Yeah.
episode?
Right. But
Taxation
egg.
is
It's-
theft.
I was gonna bring
It's an
up-
Easter egg. You gotta find it in every episode.
right. I was
That's
gonna bring up.
a fun bit to a later listener question for a running.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. But yeah, I was gonna bring up. I don't talk about politics, so I'm gonna be a little hypocritical here, making fun of Justin. But Bible's not real. Sorry about your luck. Sorry, homeschoolers. Never happened. No saltwater, freshwater fish. Sorry. But Justin, what's your answer?
I mean, the entire universe and all of our lives are a simulation.
Okay, all right.
So-
We're going there, huh?
So none of this is even real anyways.
So somebody programmed those fish. So that's
Either that or
End it at that.
somebody programmed that idea into somebody's mind to spread into the masses.
Yeah,
Yep.
I don't know. Wow.
I feel like if my life is a simulation, whoever wrote the code for me is an asshole. I'm just saying. Like I feel like
It's just RNG. It's just pure RNG.
Is that
Like
what it is?
yeah. You just sorry, shit rolls, bud, on your character sheet.
Roll the nat one.
Oh fuck. All right. All right, so we got
Good answer. I
simulation.
love it.
We have simulation. We have two. It's not real and never happened. Josh, you want to bring some civility to this question?
Yes. So, I mean, if we're gonna go with the real answer, I mean, we all know what the real answer is. They put all the freshwater fish on the boat. They just had fish tanks in it.
Oh, that's a
Like they-
great idea. They got two of everything. So
Yeah.
they've got giant aquariums, or do they have little bags like when you go to the
Yeah.
fair?
Only the goldfish are in the bags. All of the other fish actually get to swim around and whatever. So
I
they
didn't even think about that. Yeah,
they
that's
just
good.
Maybe they have
filled the-
mesh dividers.
Yeah.
mesh
go.
dividers. Yeah, that would work. And the bottom of the boat is just full of water with all the fish in it.
Excuse me. Hang on, Josh. I believe it's an ark, not a boat. So get it right.
That is the same thing. Unless you're talking about it
It's a
in
big
like
boat.
making an arc as in like a line, in which case two different things. But
Yeah.
in this case, same thing. So yes, they just had all the freshwater fish on the boat. Actually,
That's brilliant.
Actually, I might be wrong now that I think about it, because if it flooded because of rain, that would be an influx of fresh water.
Yes, it would.
So
But
maybe they
if it all combines, wouldn't it be just a diluted salt water? Like maybe they could all survive because it's diluted or something.
Mm,
That's a possibility.
And then
There's
as
so
it
much.
evaporated down, there was pools and other things, and they just kind of mellowed out and
And that's how the
I don't know.
dinosaurs died
I
3,000 years ago.
flood. Not
kinda
meteor, flood.
kind of want to.
I like that though, Josh. I didn't even think about that. I
Actually.
like that idea.
I think Justin had the winning answer on this one. I kind of want to change to that. So
I think the worst answer was that the Bible wasn't real, because I've read that thing. It exists. I have a copy over there. That book does exist. I've seen it in the
Mhm.
library.
That's a fact. That is a
Brian,
fact.
we've read it.
I will give you that. The book does exist. I will give you that. Just the
thought-
words on it are bullshit. That's fine. It's fine. It's whatever. We're moving on. Now that I've pissed off a few people, probably. That's all right. All right.
Our Christian viewer count is going to drop.
Yeah, right. From 1 to 0.
I'm shocked we had one.
Right.
They were trying to save us.
Yeah.
They're
That's
like,
what it was.
we can redeem them. They're not gonna go to hell yet. Nope, we are. It's fine.
It's over now.
We expect it.
Yeah.
I don't know. We're all pretty good people. Let's be real. I don't see that happening to Josh or.
It
I mean,
depends
hell
on
doesn't
Justin.
exist in the
It
Matrix.
Depends on who you ask.
This is hell. No.
Well, no, it's, the hell is
For
also
Ryan's
simulated.
sake. I mean, the rolling the nat one.
Yeah.
And stuff, but,
The hell is simulated as well. You're right.
Yeah.
You
I
die and it just moves your code to a
oh
purgatory.
God.
they're just virtual flames.
Have you guys ever watched Lucifer on Netflix?
So
No.
good.
Yes, very good.
So
So-
good, Ryan.
Hell in that show is basically you just reliving your worst moment of life over and over and over and over and over again for eternity.
So that
Yep.
one time I put some money into a vending machine to get a Diet Dew and nothing came out. I just do that over and over
If
again.
that's the worst
that
thing in your
was-
life, yes.
Count your blessings, my dude, because you've had it pretty good then.
Yeah.
Mine is just like a family reunion on repeat forever.
Oh God.
Shit. All right.
You're, you're welcome, all of the family that listens to this podcast. You know I'm right.
There you go.
I love you to death, but like.
I mean, the ones that
ones
listen are
listening.
great. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say the ones listening probably would agree with you.
There you go. All right, boys. Let's talk some video games, shall we? Let's do some. What are we playing now? We got some catching up to do. It's been a while. Justin, why don't you kick us off? What have you been playing?
So obviously played a little Star Citizen in the last 2 weeks. Has it been 2 weeks since we recorded or 3?
Like it's 3-ish.
Two, because the third week we recorded, but Ryan's internet sucked, so we never uploaded it.
Right.
So it's been 2
Right,
weeks,
so-
but the third week, yeah.
Star Citizen a bit, and then the open beta, well, sort of open beta, you still had to have purchased it, but Marauders was over the weekend. I don't know if you remember us talking about that a couple months ago.
Base Tarkov.
But yeah, Space Tarkov game. That was an absolute blast. Played some Fall Guys with you boys last week. Adam and I were gonna play again today, but I wanted to fiddle with that bot, start getting that figured out, so we didn't end up doing that. I played some
Context.
Shredders really randomly. I only played for like a half hour or so, but I was in the mood to do something, and that was what I decided to do.
There you go.
And then I've been playing a lot of Torn. I've really gotten into that. Yeah, I'm really digging Torn.
Interesting. Okay.
Huff and I we're renting a private island.
And you guys are newlyweds.
We are married.
Yeah, we got
in
married.
Torn.
There you go.
We got married. Yeah.
On your
Thanks.
private
Congratulations.
island, I'm hoping.
Yep.
The
Yep,
private
on the
island
private
came
island.
later.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Oh.
only had a mansion then.
Oh,
Then
well, you should have
now we
waited to get
moved.
married on the island.
Yeah, you're
I
right.
did
Well,
save a little money. I stole the ring that
Oh, did you?
we used. So
yeah, I'm wearing stolen property.
no, it's
one can
weirdly
forget.
still in my inventory. You need one to
I
propose.
noticed that as
but
well. Yeah.
But it doesn't actually get rid of it. So
Huh.
Weird.
I'm gonna put it in my display cabinet in my inventory.
And then on Saturday, since Huff's birthday was last Monday, Marissa and I went down to his house on Saturday, or up, I guess, from where we are, to his place, and we played a board game called Townsfolk Tussle. And we got there at about 4-ish, and I was kind of expecting, we would be there 4 hours max, and I didn't really think Marissa would want to play, But by the time that it was, I think we left at like 10:30,
Something like that.
and so it's a sort of a everyone versus the board, but there's no minions on the board. It's just a boss. And so you have basically 4 boss fights back to back, and in between them you get to buy gear, and then you have the board, and then there's terrain, and the terrain all has different things that you can use to interact with it. And then we got to the final boss and lost. Granted, I don't know that we should have even got that far because we didn't necessarily play right on the first couple, but it's fine. And then
That's how
we
board games
lost.
go.
And then
Yeah.
Marissa was like, "Can we play this again? Like, just this boss, just pretend that didn't happen. Like, we can say we lost, that's fine, but I want to see if we can beat him." And I was like, "Hell yeah!" Like, I was ready to go home. I was getting sleepy, but no, we did it again. We didn't get much further. We got dominated again, and then we went home. But it was a ton of fun. And on the way home, Marissa was like, "We should try to do something like this, like at least once a month. But if it works out with schedules, like weekly or bi-weekly." So we're gonna do board games again this Saturday.
Oh yeah, very
Nice.
cool. Very nice.
I'm
Awesome.
really
The
glad she
artwork looks
enjoyed
awesome on that. Yeah, the artwork looks fantastic. It reminds me of like a lot of Cuphead and that just that like old era of like animation and stuff. Looks so
Yeah.
cool.
There's actually a couple of items. There's like a cup that you can get and a mug that you can get that are both
Nice. Cuphead
both
and Mughead.
references.
That's awesome.
Yeah, both references. I think, and there's a bunch of like interesting references throughout. Like the inventory stack is like huge of what cards you can get. So I'm sure there's a bunch of
Nice.
references I will not even notice are in there.
Are they gonna make a second printing?
Yeah, so I got an email from them not too long ago that they are working on a Kickstarter for expansions for some
Oh,
additional
nice.
bosses and things. And from the sounds of it, they're going to do a reprinting as part of that Kickstarter.
Let me know when
Yeah,
that goes, or
100%
forward
let
us
me
that
know.
email, because I think I'll snag that since Mercer digged it. But Cam,
Same.
shout out, this one's for you.
Jesus.
Are you quad vaping?
Yeah.
Hi.
Ridiculous.
This is for Cam.
Every once in a while, I'm like, oh my god, like Justin's in like a really good relationship. He's got a nice apartment. He's growing up, and then you quad vape, and I'm like, god damn
It throws it all out the window.
it. Yeah,
Cam said in chat, "I'll DJ your funeral."
yeah.
I hope you do. I hope you do.
All right. Josh, what have you been playing?
Lots of Torn, lots and lots of Torn, and just kind of making some money slowly but surely, and leveling up. I think I'm level 17 now, maybe 18, but then skipped Gloomhaven because some people were out of town, and then we had family birthdays, mine included in that, so skipped that. Played a little tiny bit of Star Citizen, but really not a whole lot other than Torn, and then of course Townsfolk Tussle board game. But that's pretty much it. The Fall Guys,
Cool.
obviously, but
Which was a damn good time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Josh got
That
a
was
crown
a ton of fun.
I did the last
his
round.
birthday.
The last round of the night
Yeah,
on my birthday. Got
hell
a
yeah.
crown.
There you go.
I had never played really before, other than maybe like 5 minutes at Justin's like 3 years ago. So still pretty shocked that I got a crown. Everyone else
Yeah.
must have sucked super
I-
hard, but
I think we were down to like it was you, me, and one other rando left, and then I went down, and I was like, "You got this, Josh!" And he won like right after.
it was the one
It
where you
was
gotta like
awesome.
jump in the thing spinning,
Yes.
and that one,
Yep.
that one
Mhm.
seems easy. Just
There you go.
I
It was a good time. It was a lot of fun. So, Adam, what have you been playing?
Star Citizen, obviously here and there. Just kind of ready for the wipe to happen with that, so haven't been playing as much lately. Played a lot of Marauders with the boys over the closed beta weekend. That game is amazing, even in groups or by yourself. I was having so much fun. Like you can go in just 0 to hero sort of thing, going with nothing because like your starting ship gives you a rig, a pistol, and like some ammo. So I would just like take that, go right into the escape pods, and then just board other players or board other ships and just grab whatever you can. If you die, who cares? You laugh it off and you go right back in because you can get into matches so fast in that game. So that's what I really liked about it. Matchmaking's like 30 seconds max. Like
Yeah.
it's insane. So really,
Nice.
really was really liking that. Fall Guys with y'all, which was super fun. Definitely need to do that again. Rim World, I picked that one back up again and started my old save and have been playing that again, which that's a really good time. And then I haven't played it myself, but Cat bought Stray on the Steam Deck.
Ooh, there you
How
go.
was it?
I haven't done anything because I'm letting her like play it and beat it, and then I want to do it, but I don't want to. She's already like hours into it. And
Has she given general impressions?
she loves it. Like the
Awesome.
cuteness of all the cats and stuff. Obviously, like she said, the way they move is very, very impressive. But I expect nothing less from Annapurna games and stuff. So
Oh hell yeah.
I
Which one was
cannot
that?
wait to play that. That's
Stray.
the cat game that just came out. So yeah,
Hell yeah.
she got that over the weekend and probably put 6 or 7 hours into it. So
Very cool. Awesome.
but yeah, that's about it.
Cool.
And lots of Torn like these guys as
Yeah.
well.
There you go. So I played a few games. After our episode that didn't go live because the audio was terrible, um, we had a question in that, which is now lost in the wind, about simulation games. So I was like, I need to see what the fucking hype is about. So I went on Game Pass to see what they
Which
had.
one did you
I
download?
downloaded two. I
Okay.
downloaded Power Wash
Um,
Simulator
Nice.
and I downloaded Home Improvement Simulator.
Drew said that he digs Power Wash, but he wants to play with more people because he said there's
You
co-op
can
in
play
it. It would
co-op,
be
yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
I will say there is something weirdly cathartic about it. Very much
It's
so.
oddly satisfying in
Yes.
some ways, isn't it?
But
Yeah.
not enough to hold my attention for a long period of time. Like I got to a point where you have to power wash a skate park and I jumped into the skate park and it's just fucking huge and I was like, I've had enough of this game. So I mean I enjoyed it while I was doing it. It's like I said, it's just weirdly cathartic, like relaxing. Same with Home Improvement
Zen a little
Simulator.
bit.
Yeah. Like Home Improvement Simulator was fun because my wife actually jumped into a video game. So like I would do all the kind of nitty gritty work, like cleaning up, busting down walls, building walls, all that stuff, and then she would go through and decorate. So and then we
Nice.
would sell the house. So that was kind of fun. But again, not gonna hold my attention forever. So I'm coming around to the point where I'm like I get what people see in these games a little bit, but not to the point where I'm gonna ever be a huge fan, you know? So I almost tried Lawnmower Simulator and I was like, I hate mowing my own lawn. I'm not gonna do this in a video game.
It's
So
really obnoxious sounding. Kat downloaded that and was trying it. It's just
really,
the sound of the motor
no.
always going was just obnoxious a little
I'm
You
bit.
you can't
But
get
it
like an
was
electric
again
mower.
oddly satisfying. Like you had to do your lines straight and like you actually had to overlap your lines and like
yeah,
it was weird. But I don't know. Like I love those like car mechanic simulator and motorcycle mechanic simulator. Like
right.
those are really fun because that's just like a puzzle at that point is really all you're doing and
Yeah.
then do some cool customization down the end. But
There you go. Yeah. So I don't know. And then I'm playing a game I'm thoroughly enjoying right now. I got it on the Switch. It's been on my radar forever. It's called Live Alive. Uh, it
Hmm.
is. It's a remake of a game that came out in 1994. I want to say Super Famicom, Super Nintendo, something like that. But like totally HD 2.5D. Actually, it's more so 2D. HD 2D graphics. It's really interesting. Like I'm really liking it.
hmm,
So it's different in that there are 7 quote unquote chapters or 7 stories in the game based around different time eras. So there's prehistoric, feudal Japan, imperial China, Wild West, modern day, near future, and far off future are the ones. And they're all entirely separate games. Like think of like Black Mirror the video game where like Black Mirror every single episode is different.
Mhm.
It's kind of got similar themes but it's all very different. That's what this game is. Really interesting and really varied. Like, so I started off, the first one I played was Imperial China, and basically you're like this sensei who's trying to like find somebody to take over and teach his ways or whatever, so they can take over his dojo. And like the combat's different, where in any other turn-based JRPG, you have like a timer that counts down, and when your bar fills up, you get to act or whatever. Well, your enemy's bar only fills up when you're moving. So if you stay still, you can plan stuff out or whatever. So I thought that was really interesting. So I played through that and it was like an hour and 45 minutes. Just like a little bite-sized mini campaign. Really interesting. I enjoyed it. And then I was like, okay, I'm gonna play the modern uh chapter. So you jump into a guy who wants to basically be like the king of the fighters. He's essentially Ryu from Street Fighter, and his whole chapter is set up like Street Fighter. Like it's you choose an opponent from a screen at a different place in the world. Seriously. And like before the fight starts, they have
hmm.
like just like their thumbnail image of their face, and then the other guy talks shit to you. And then when you beat them, it goes back to that screen and their face is all bloodied up, just like Street Fighter. So I was
That's
like, this is
awesome.
fucking crazy. And now I'm playing that one I beat in 20 minutes. I beat the entire thing in 20 minutes, his whole chapter.
Hmm.
So now I'm in the prehistoric one, and that one's interesting because it's before language was a thing. So there's no dialogue because nobody knew how to speak.
Hmm.
And like, I don't know, it's a really unique, interesting take on that whole genre. Um if you're a fan of JRPGs but don't like maybe the length of them, check it out. So really,
Hmm.
really interesting. I don't know if there's more to their chapters or if they're all going to come together in the end. I would hope at some point something happens where they cross over, but I don't know for sure. Um, because like I said, I'm on the third of 7, so I have 4 more stories to go after this, but really interesting.
How much was it?
Full price. It's Nintendo. So actually, no, I think it was only 50. I think it was 50. So $10 discount.
Still is,
Wait for a sale 3 years from now
or
when Nintendo does a sale.
or a used copy or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Hmm.
But yeah, really interesting game. So, then the last thing I played, um, I gotta say is in my top 10 worst games I've ever played in history. So I brought this up on our last recording, which again didn't go live. Uh, Ash of God's Redemption. Do you remember me talking about this a little bit? Basically, the Banner Saga ripoff.
Yeah. Yep.
So I was not super high on it when I was talking about it before, but I was like, it's interesting enough that I'm probably going to keep going, and I did, and that was a giant mistake. Uh, this fucking game. So by the time I finally got so angry, I just quit out and uninstalled it. I had 15 hours of playtime. So it's not like this is just off the cuff. Like I sunk a lot of time into this game. Uh, first off, okay, so over the course of 15 hours, I would conservatively guess they introduce you to 45 to 50 characters. Like not like a faceless NPC. Like an artist took the time to draw out this character, like they have dialogue, like 45 to 50 characters. And it got to the point when I finally quit where I didn't know who the fuck was who anymore. Like I couldn't I was like, what is going on? And then they have a point where like some people are demigods, so if they die, their soul switches to another body. So they have a different face and a different name, but it's the same person, and you're supposed to remember who they were before. And like and one of the characters you meet at like hour 12, and one of your guys in your group was like, "Oh, yeah, Rask or whatever his name is," and I'm like, "Who the fuck is this guy?" So I looked it up. I googled it in the very beginning of the game. You, uh, you and your daughter are going to buy your wife a birthday present, and it's like a street stall vendor who has 2 lines of dialogue in the very beginning of the game. He shows up 12 hours later as a pretty important character, and you're just supposed to remember who the fuck. Like, it's unreal. It is unreal. I got to the point where I had no idea what the fuck was going on. I'm like, I don't even know what's happening anymore. Like, what is going on? You have 3 different groups you play as throughout the game, and essentially they're all trying to get to the same place. It's like this fortress. It's basically Helm's Deep, if you've seen Lord of the Rings. Everybody's trying to get to Helm's Deep for the final battle to hold off whatever. So I had the main group of the game is the last one to get there. And um like Banner Saga, slight tiny vague spoilers for Banner Saga. But in Banner Saga 3, the last game, they do this really interesting thing where your group splits off into 2 parts. Group A is defending this fortress, and Group B is trying to finish this mission, and Group B is on a timetable. Like, if you don't finish it fast enough, everybody in Group A is going to die. So you're scrambling to get this shit done. Really awesome, built a ton of tension. Go play Banner Saga. It's an awesome games. So this game does something similar, only it doesn't tell you that it's doing that. Like, it doesn't tell you you're on a timetable and you better hurry the fuck up. Like, at no point is there even just like a line of dialogue like, hey, we should get moving, or hey, we should go quickly. Nothing. Never says anything. So my main group that I've been playing for 15 hours, I get to a point where I'm like right outside of the place I'm supposed to be, and there's 2 armies converging on it. And I get like this cutscene, and a cutscene is basically a still image with text over it. that says like the two armors are joining. What do you want to do? And you have two options. One is stand and fight, and the other is ride as fast as you can to try and get to the place before they do, right? Well, I was like, I'm not going to stand and fight because there's these two fucking armies. I have a group of 10 people. These two armies will kill me. So I chose ride as fast as I can. So it goes to a cutscene, again, a still image with text over it. And the cutscene just says, like, basically, they caught up to you and murdered your entire party, game over. I was like, are you what? Like, he just killed everybody. Like, my entire group just got wiped out in a fucking text cutscene. And that's when I was like, I'm fucking done. I'm fucking done with this game. Because it auto saves after every decision and there's no manual save. So it's not like I could go back and choose the other option or try and do something different. But I was like, I just quit out and I uninstalled. Like, it's just,
Rage quit.
oh
Love
my
it.
God. It is the worst. Like, I don't know who wrote this game. I don't know.
Sounds
what the,
hardcore. I
I
like
don't
it.
know what they were thinking. No, no,
I'm
you
curious.
don't.
What was it called again?
It's called Ash of God's Redemption.
I don't want to play it.
It's called Piss Ryan the Fuck Off.
Yeah. So if you do play it and you get to hour 15, tell me what's going on in the story. I dare you. I dare you to tell me what's happening. Because it's
Well, shit, now I
impossible.
want to play this.
It's like, dude, it's like Kingdom Hearts level of what the fuck is happening right now.
You're
Like,
selling
what is
it,
going
Ryan.
on?
I love
No,
it. What do I?
don't you dare. Don't you dare. But oh my God, it was
Like,
terrible. It was fucking terrible, man. And I don't know. Like,
was that on Game Pass?
I don't. I think it is on Game Pass because I think that's how I found it. So I
Okay.
was like, yeah, go ahead, give it a try. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you think. I bet you hate it. I bet you fucking hate it. So
I'm gonna love it out of spite. No,
out of spite.
be
But
honest.
Looks like the person who wrote the game is an established author, so you should read his books.
I don't want to read any of his books. No, I can't imagine. Can't even imagine. But the writing was terrible, dude. I didn't, like I said, I didn't have any idea what the fuck was going on at some point. And they would, like, hour 15, they introduce a brand new character. It's like the end of the game. You can tell you're at the end of the game. And they introduce like brand new characters. And then characters you haven't seen in 14 hours. And oh my God, it was so bad. So bad. Anyways, so that's
It
what I've been
actually
playing.
wasn't the end of the game. It was like Dragon Quest, where you just have to do
Yeah.
the entirety of the game over again.
Right.
That way, because
Uh,
they're like, you obviously weren't following the story the first time, so you
Yeah,
just
we're
play
gonna
it
do it again.
again.
Yeah, right. So to go back through to get my group to survive, I'd have to play the entire game over again, and I'm not going to be doing that. That's I'm calling it quits. So
Yep. Play it again, and just get good the second time.
yeah, it's not even about getting. Oh my God, it's so bad. All right. But I will say a game I have downloaded and am waiting to play is Stray. So I will play that this week, and then we'll talk about it next week a little bit. So hopefully Adam gets some time with it this week, maybe if she's gonna
Oh
be getting
yeah.
time.
I
Okay.
mean, I'll probably just grab it when she's not playing it or
There you
at
go.
work or something.
Go.
Do
Yeah,
it.
I'm very
One.
excited to start that game.
One side tangent is that I got my order email for my Steam Deck.
Ooh,
So
nice.
ordered that and will be delivered eventually, but so looking forward to that.
It was
coming in.
surprisingly fast after we got it and paid for it. It was
Hell
within
yeah.
like 5 days or something like
Oh
that.
damn,
Awesome.
nice.
Yeah, it was extremely quick. I was like, oh, okay. Wasn't expecting that.
Don't tell Kane.
Tell
Has
who?
he
He's
been
gonna be-
waiting?
Yeah, Kane's been.
Has he
It's,
ordered it or hasn't even ordered it yet?
No,
Like,
he's
just
still
put the
waiting.
deposit.
Oh, yeah.
You just gotta be faster.
There you go.
Go back in time and order it quicker.
Right. All right. So that wraps up. What are we playing now? Let's talk about some news. We got some news to talk about. In fact, one piece of news just broke, so I want to get just gut reactions. The studio Ask for Studios, who is making the KOTOR remake, just fired everybody and delayed the game indefinitely, so we might not be getting a KOTOR remake. A little upset. about that.
Interesting.
Yep, they just fired everybody.
What
So
is the name of that studio?
Asfer. I don't know if that's how you
So you
pronounce it.
Knights of the Old Republic? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
ASPYR. Bloomberg just broke it, so like an hour ago. But yeah, they apparently did a game demo for LucasArts and Disney, and apparently that didn't go well. So
Oh,
everybody got fired. And yeah, the
yikes.
studio head is like, yeah, it's just in limbo right now, so we might not get a Knights of the Old Republic remake, which is really sad. So I hope somebody picks it up at some point. That would be awesome.
Well, it sounds like the people that own the rights to it didn't like it and pulled the plug quick. So
Mhm.
I don't know. Who knows if they're
Yep.
going to fund for something else again like that?
We'll see. All right.
Because I would assume they were somewhat funding them since they
Yeah,
have the rights
the
to it, and that's why they didn't like it. And they're like, "Fuck this! We're pulling
yeah,
our money out. We're done. Like this
the
is
game
not
had
gonna."
it had already been in development for 3 years. And I guess one of the things you mentioned is the studio heads told Disney that the game would be out in 2022, and then developers said actually it's more like 2025. So they weren't happy about that either. So just bad news all around. So we'll see. We'll see if we ever get Knights of the Old Republic remake. I really wanted that game, so I hope something comes through. But all right, let's do our news. Number one, San Diego Comic-Con took place over the weekend. Thankfully, it's back. That's awesome. I really want to go one of these years, but then at the same time, that's a lot of people. And Marvel came out swinging, announcing everything for Phase 5, which is kicking off next year with Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania, and even showed a few movies for Phase 6, ending with 2 new Avenger movies. So we can just kind of talk about any Comic Con news you heard in general. They announced just a ton of shit as they always do. We got a trailer for John Wick 4, which I'm really excited for. Fuck yeah. So, but yeah, lots of nerd news going on at Comic Con, obviously. If there's ever a place for nerd news, it's Comic Con. But so I would say for me, I'm really excited about the Marvel announcement that we're finally ending. Like I've talked about how every movie or show I've seen so far, there's no like goal like there was with Thanos, and now there's finally an end goal. It's going to be Kang, which is really exciting. Um, but I don't know. I want your guys' thoughts. All things nerdy from Comic Con, Marvel or not. Just Josh, we'll kick it off with you. You got anything?
In relation to Marvel, so I feel like this Comic Con specifically, lots of Marvel. When I look at like what were the biggest reveals of Comic Con, it's like an advertisement for Marvel. Here's all of the
Yeah,
Marvel things. Marvel Zombies, the new Spider-Man movie.
Daredevil's back.
Yeah,
Blade, babe.
Blade.
Daredevil.
And
I'm super pumped for Blade.
I'm looking forward to it. I'd like to see more before I get too excited, but
I just saw Blade and I got excited. So,
yeah, the name.
are they getting Wesley
Um,
Snipes? Is anyone confirmed?
Maybe a cameo, maybe.
that'd be dope.
I guess Ryan Reynolds could show up. He was in that
That's true.
universe. That would
That's
be
true.
a good one for him. He was
Yeah.
awesome in that.
I liked all 3 Blades.
They were
Yeah.
cheesy at points towards the end, but they were so good though.
I
I loved them.
never really got to watch Blade 2. Like I watched Justin bought a shaky cam version from a street vendor in New York of Blade 2. And so that's the only version of Blade 2 I've ever watched. So
Yeah. So I went to
That's awesome.
Adam. I remember when I told you I've been in New York once, and I was 14.
Yeah, when you said you were like 14,
Yeah, so
something like that.
this was that exact
Bought a
time.
bootleg copy at
Yep.
14. I
And
love it.
no lie, we were walking around New York City, and because it was like right after 9/11, and so we were going to see Ground Zero, and walking around the streets, and some dude in an alley was like, "Hey, you guys want to buy any movies?"
Jesus.
And I
This
was
is how
like,
kids
"Hell
get
yeah!"
abducted.
And we went into the alley, and he had a little table set up and a bunch of VHSs, and I bought that, and I think I bought John
VHSs
Q.
too. That's awesome.
Yep.
John Q. Fuck, I don't even remember what else I bought. I do remember buying John Q though, because that was one of my I fucking love that movie. I need to watch that movie again. That's a great movie.
Never seen it.
But it was shaky cam version. It was
Yeah, I
like,
mean, it was somebody sitting in a.
yeah,
I don't think it was shaky cam though, because I think they had like I would imagine they paid a movie theater to put a like a camcorder on a thing, but I think they probably just filmed it once and then recorded it, re-recorded it so many
yeah,
times that I mean it was very shit quality.
yeah.
But yeah,
I
it
did.
absolutely was recorded by somebody with a camcorder in a movie theater. But
I
the
did.
reason I think they paid someone is because like you couldn't see anyone else and you couldn't hear anyone else.
Yeah.
So it's like they did the movies after hours or something and let someone record it.
I think back to like, I can't believe you fucking went into an alley and bought these from some random stranger. And then I just saw you quad vape, and I'm like, whatever, it's absolutely something Justin would do.
I did something similar by a shaky cam, but it was of the Silent Hill movie. But
Oh
the
god.
weirdest thing is there were scenes in the shaky cam version that were not in the actual theater release.
What?
I shit you not. It was like a pre-release that they had recorded through their like camcorder or something because there were scenes that were in the Silent Hill universe that were not in when I saw it like on DVD later, and there was scenes that were on the DVD that weren't in the cam
That's
version.
weird. What the fuck?
Not a clue. Not a clue why. No idea. Um, but I have like multiple friends from that era that will attest to somehow that was some unreleased version or something.
Weird.
But it was not good.
Yeah,
But
of
then
course.
again, the Silent Hill movie was not good in general, so
Yeah.
it kind of adds up.
The
Um,
Silent Hill movies kind of suck generally, but shaky cam version, I can't even imagine.
yeah,
Um,
not as bad as the Resident Evil, but it's close.
yeah.
But
Alright,
going
so,
back to the earlier
yeah,
question,
Comic-Con. Yeah, sorry.
Comic Con, side tangent there, but I would say that I am a little bit burnt out on Marvel stuff to some degree. Like, I don't know, it's just like 20 years of like I don't know content, and I am just getting a little tired of it and a little burnt out. I enjoy them when I watch them, but I don't necessarily have the want to watch them quite as much. I didn't see the new Thor movie. I didn't see the new Doctor Strange movie. I haven't seen whatever the one before that was that I am drawing a blank on at the moment. Um, I will
Spider-Man.
avenge Spider Man. Haven't seen that one. Um, so I was not super excited. I like the idea of a Blade movie, but I don't know that I can work up the ambition to go see a Blade movie, if that makes sense.
Okay.
That's just
Disney
me.
Plus.
I don't have Disney Plus, and I have my former roommate's account, and I still cannot work up the energy to even watch the Disney Plus shows for free. Um, like I don't know why I just haven't been in the mood for watching things, so I haven't finished The Mandalorian season 1. I haven't even
So good.
started Boba Fett. I haven't
Also
watched
good.
WandaVision, um, Loki, none of that. I haven't watched any of it. I don't know, just don't have pure apathy for shows at the moment. So
Fair enough.
when I'm kind of reading through this, I'm like, oh, that's cool, but I don't know that I care.
Okay.
So it is what it is. But yeah.
Alright. So, anything non-Marvel related that caught your eye? John Wick 4? See the teaser for John Wick 4?
I didn't see John Wick 4,
I'm gonna have
but
to, I'm gonna check
I
that
would
out.
be. I really love the first three, so
Oh,
I
yeah.
would be willing to see that. There was like a trailer or something for the new season of Archer. Love
Hmm.
Archer.
I didn't know they were bringing that back. That's
I didn't
exciting.
either.
I just saw like some headlines regarding it, so I could
Huh.
be mistaken,
That's
but
exciting.
when I was scrolling through. I might even have the tab.
We just need more H. John Benjamin in our life, so it doesn't matter.
That's fair.
So it's possible that I misunderstood the news, but I'll have to scroll through my tabs to see if I can find what it was about. But yeah.
Cool.
So
All right.
not too exciting.
Adam, anything tickle your fancy from Comic-Con?
Kind of with Josh on this one. I'm really getting behind in the Marvel Universe stuff. Didn't watch Spider-Man. We tried watching the new Doctor Strange and got like 20-30 minutes in, and I'm like, this is not doing it for
It
me.
wasn't
I'm
very good.
and then I watched the pitch meetings. Do you ever watch those on
Uh-uh.
YouTube? They're like the guy talking to himself, like pitching a movie to like the studio or whatever. You haven't seen these pitch meetings at
Oh,
all,
I think
Ryan?
I've seen a few.
They're
Yeah,
pretty
I think
funny.
I have.
Tyler showed them to
But
me a few
I
weeks ago.
watched the one about the new Doctor Strange, and I'm like, I'm glad I did not waste my time with this movie after like watching that, and I was like, yeah, glad.
Yeah, it wasn't very good.
I do want to watch the new Thor movie at some point, whenever
It
it's on
was
Disney
good.
Plus.
That was
Like,
good. Yeah.
like I mean, Guardians of the Galaxy will be fun. I'm excited about Blade. The Agatha one might be interesting to go along with WandaVision, but like I don't know. Didn't really care about any of the other ones, to be
Yeah.
honest.
Fair enough. Anything non-Marvel related?
No. Yeah,
No.
I didn't unfortunately check out a whole bunch about it, but you said
Uh,
John Wick, so that piqued my interest. I'll
Hell yeah.
definitely check that out.
Fuck yeah. Justin, what about you?
Sadly, I'm kind of with them as well. I do. So first is my bad because I had ample time to research, and I read the outline when you sent it Sunday or whatever, and then I didn't look at it again until 6:22
Oh, fair enough.
today.
All right.
And so I was struggling to even look at the things that like I saw from the outline that I really did. Ooh, I think I heard Marissa open the door, so we may get away with
Or a thief.
the new
Conspiracy?
conspiracy. The
Alright.
light turned on. I don't think a thief would do that. Um,
A dumb thief.
It's hard to steal shit when you can't see in there.
She's
Right.
got a point.
There you go.
I'm sure there's more weapons around better than a knife. That was just the quickest one available.
So, but Marvel, you're burned out? Oh God, here we go. Look-
I mean, you can see behind me. I'm good. Like, right?
Yeah.
yeah, you're set.
yeah, unfortunately, well, I'm not going to say this out loud. There are potentially better weapons, though.
Okay, fair enough.
That's fair.
I am very interested in Blade. I've always loved Blade. I like the actor that they got to replace him, so that is promising to me. I don't know how much I care about Marvel stuff anymore. Like even Star Wars stuff, like I'll watch it when I watch it. Like if I have like right now I'm going through, and I can talk about this because it's absolutely never going to be on a pick of the week, but I'm going through Resident Evil.
Okay.
And more just because I always liked the games and like the animated movies and stuff content that they had out. So I'm watching it more just because I don't know. I had a down moment when I started. I think I was working from home and I had a lunch. I was eating lunch and I decided to watch the first episode. So now, like every time I sit down for an episode, it probably takes me 3 sittings to get through a single episode. It's just not anything that's really engaging to me. My pick of the week, though, is something that we binged the F out of.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, I don't know. Like I know that I'll get to them, but I haven't seen the latest Spider-Man. I haven't seen WandaVision. I haven't seen Loki.
Have you seen Loki, by the way, Ryan?
Oh, absolutely.
Did you like it? Worth
Oh, it's
watching?
outstanding. Yeah.
Okay.
Very good.
Like
You kinda
I
Loki is
like
the
Marvel.
if I was gonna say if you're gonna keep going with Marvel movies, Loki's the only one I think you have to watch.
But it's a
'Cause
show, right? It's not a
yes,
movie.
but
Yeah, yeah.
that's the one
Okay.
that's gonna tie into the movies the most.
Hmm.
So I would watch Loki for sure. So
I did
See,
watch um the Hawkeye show.
I thought that
Um,
was really good.
yeah, I enjoyed that one actually, but I like Jeremy Renner.
Yeah, for sure.
Um, I don't know.
Okay.
I'll have to go back to this whole Comic Con release stuff though and see what just the list was and see if anything. But I'm not really I don't like knowing that things are coming because then I get hyped about it and I'd rather just like see it pop up as streamable. But like
I
I
agree.
actually did want to watch the new Doctor Strange, even though you weren't super impressed by it. And then every time I open up my TV and the Chromecast shows what's available on all my apps, I see that every time, and every time I like don't even look at it twice.
Yeah, right.
So I don't know. I just kind of like to Josh's point, unless something really like the things I tend to watch are things that I've seen previous seasons for that I know I enjoyed and I want to catch up on what's been released since.
Definitely.
Mhm.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Um, yeah, all this is really exciting. I'm a huge Marvel fan. I get the getting burned out. I understand that. Like, I've watched everything Marvel has put out, with the exception of I abandoned Moon Knight. I did not finish Moon Knight. Like, I tried, and it just got to the point where I was like, I don't give a fuck about any of these people or anything that's going on. So I didn't think it was very good.
I finished that strictly because of my obsession with Egypt.
Yeah,
And
it
even I said that they can stop that show.
yeah, it just
Like, there's no reason to go again.
Moon Knight's a really interesting character. It's an interesting premise,
I love the
but
comics.
like they tried. It was like this serious action show slash buddy comedy, and it just didn't work. Like it just didn't work very well. So I don't know. And I just didn't care about anything that was going on in it. Like I tried, but so I can kind of get that. Like they're putting out a lot of content, and I can see people getting burned out on this shit. But just personally, I'm all in. Like Daredevil back. Oh my god, I can't fucking wait. Which they teased She-Hulk, which is coming out later this year. Daredevil's going to be in She-Hulk, which is exciting. So he's like literally in the yellow suit from the comics, so that's pretty fucking dope. I can't wait to see that. um and then I don't know, man, like Secret Wars, which is the final Avengers movie. If you've read any Secret Wars comics,
It's
it's
great.
gonna be batshit insanity. Like if you thought Avengers Age of or not Age of Ultron, Avengers Endgame was crazy with all the characters they brought in, just fucking wait for Secret Wars, man. So, um,
Okay,
that,
Ryan.
huh?
Sorry, finish what you're gonna say and then I'll.
Oh, I was just gonna say, yeah, like, and obviously the other Avengers movie is called fuck, I forgot something with Kang. So you know, Kang the Conqueror is gonna be the big badass villain, which I'm really excited for. Which is he's introduced in the show Loki, which is why people need to watch Loki. So you can kind of see what he's all about. But I don't know, it's all really exciting in my opinion. Like there's very few things I'm not excited for. I wasn't excited for the Marvels because I think they butchered Ms. Marvel or Mrs. Marvel, um, played by Brie Larson. But then I watched Ms. Marvel, the Disney Plus show, and that was outstanding. I really enjoyed that, so that gets me excited again. Um, I don't know. I'm here for all of it, man. So, and the fact that we know we have two Avengers movies coming, knows that they're going to be building towards something. Fantastic Four's coming back. Interesting to see who they pick to cast in Fantastic Four. Blade, obviously. I don't know. All of it's really exciting. So,
I saw a random news article that mentioned they should cast the entire It's Always Sunny cast as
that
the
would be fucking
Fantastic Four.
oh,
awesome.
that would have been amazing.
That
Danny
would be dope.
DeVito's the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be outstanding, dude.
Oh my
Okay,
god.
I'm just gonna rattle these off. You don't have to say anything, but John Wick, I'm excited for. The Lord of the Rings, I'm excited for. D&D, I'm excited for.
which we'll talk about in a second.
Teen Wolf, I will watch. Teen Wolf the movie.
Oh.
I watched the series, MTV series, and I liked it. And apparently, it picks up where the 2011 series left off. Problem is, I don't have Paramount Plus, so that will be an issue. House of the Dragon, I'm excited for. I just want them to. Like, I have a sour taste in my mind because of how they ended Game of Thrones, so it'll be nice to get new content that hopefully doesn't suck.
Sacred
The
Rabbit
Sand.
posted in chat asking what our thoughts on the Game of Thrones prequel trailer was.
I haven't watched it yet.
I haven't finished season 1 of Game of Thrones, so
it doesn't matter to you.
Yeah, no, I couldn't care less.
Here's my issue with it. Like, the Game of Thrones, I read the books up until George R.R. Martin apparently quit writing, because the next book's never coming out. It's never going to happen.
Yeah.
And if it does come out, it'll be after he's dead and somebody will finish writing it.
I mean, there's no reason for it
Brandon
to come out
Sanderson. Well,
Right.
Yeah,
So
there you go.
So much fucking money. Who cares
Dude,
at this point?
I don't know if that's Sanderson genre, but like that's pretty. I don't know. Anyways, and then really enjoyed the show up until the final season. I just feel like I got so invested in that core group of characters. I don't know if I have it in me to start over again with like a whole bunch of other people in like that same universe. I don't know. Maybe that's just me, but like I'm not excited for it. Like I'll probably watch it to give it a shot, but I don't know how you're gonna top what you did before. I don't know, man. I feel like it's not gonna go well, but that's just my opinion. So, but you will check it out, Justin. You said,
Yeah.
yeah.
Continuing though, The Sandman, I have actually watched or looked at. I haven't watched a trailer for yet, but that one I'm really excited for. That just sounds like it's right up my alley. Don't care about The Walking Dead. Dragon Ball Super Hero, maybe.
It's a new movie?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh.
I may
Gohan
watch
Piccolo movie.
Oh.
I may watch Barbarian because it's a horror movie. But Marissa loves horror movies, so at least we have something new coming out for horror. That sounds good. I'm interested in the Interview with the Vampire series coming out, and then finally See season 3 because See, the first two, like See is one of the greatest shows that I think I've ever seen. It's got Jason Momoa and it's in the future.
Oh hell yeah, dude!
Where
Everybody's
like
blind.
everyone's blind except for 2 kids.
I've never heard of this.
Really
It's
good
on
show.
either.
Apple
Apple.
TV, but
Yeah.
it's
Oh, no wonder.
so phenomenal. It's so fucking, dude. It's like Jason Momoa is a straight up fucking blind badass. It's like his brutality for like how he's blind is just, it's very tribal, and
I
it's
can
just
believe
a
that.
really cool take
Yeah, it's
on
really good.
a sort of overdone trope.
It's very good.
So
Very
that's, I guess I have a lot that I'm excited for.
good. There you go. They're just not Marvel.
Not Marvel, but shit.
Well, let's.
Dragon Ball Super. I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
I hope I don't know if you guys are familiar with like the manga that's continued after Dragon Ball
yeah.
Super, but like Vegeta got his ultra ego mode, and I want to see that like animated. That looks dope.
Oh, you know it's coming for sure. It'll be good.
He's such a badass. He's just like, I'm becoming the Juggernaut now.
Yeah. I'm mostly excited for, man. Are you aware that they're bringing back Bleach this fall? Did you ever watch Bleach?
Yeah,
I got into it barely, unfortunately. But what about you, Josh?
Yeah, we had talked about this, I think, in the episode that
Didn't air.
upload. Yeah, that I had watched up towards like the masked, you know, like I forget what they're called. I don't remember what they're called. The like masked zombie people. And
Which actually isn't. Oh, are you talking about the people who train him or whatever? Anyways,
it's been so long. I was still in
Yeah.
preschool when that came out, so
yeah, that
it's
was a long time
been
ago.
a hot minute since I've seen it, but I enjoyed it. I don't know that I will watch or care about the new season of Bleach. Bleach had the same issue that I have with like Dragon Ball Z, which is that like how do they keep getting stronger? They like
Yeah.
we're the strongest being in the universe, and oh now there's a new stronger bad guy, so I guess I just got to get stronger.
You
And
didn't know because you've been training for 30 years.
Right.
Like,
Yeah,
oh, then
and-
this guy's been training for 40 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
this
so,
guy's a god. Like,
like I really loved Dragon Ball because like Goku is very strong, but he's still like learning to fight and he's still like really young, and so he's not like quite as OP. You know how like people say that Superman is boring because he has all of the powers? That's how I feel about Dragon Ball Super, and that's
Fair
how
enough.
I feel about Bleach. Like Ichigo just is too strong at this point. And I don't know.
that's
I've
like
never.
all of them. Like Naruto was at that
Yeah,
point.
That's
To the
why-
point where we got to go to his kid Baruto. So, like, I mean,
That's why
they
I
all
never.
get that power ceiling, and it just gets annoying.
That's why I never finish shonen anime. I like go until it gets awful. In my opinion, not everybody's. One nice thing is, like JoJo's every like season is like a different set of people, so they're all like ridiculously powerful, but like it's different people each time, and honestly, like Hunter x Hunter, which is one of my favorite shonens of all time, they hit a point where he becomes too powerful, and then there's just no more Hunter x Hunter because that guy just quit writing it and
Yeah.
fell off the face of the earth. So like, it got to the point where it would probably be ridiculous, and then it just ended. So
How do
I
you
don't know.
feel about Netflix doing all this live action anime? So we got live action One Piece coming, and they announced live action Yu Yu Hakusho as well.
So, love Yu Yu Hakusho, same author that wrote Hunter x Hunter. Not at all looking forward to either one of those. I know Adam didn't dislike the Cowboy Bebop live action. I did
I
end
enjoyed
up
it, personally.
watching some of it and did not enjoy it.
Okay.
I thought the writing was poor. That's me.
Maybe just be entertained by what is given to you, Josh.
I was.
Just
I thought it was
for
alright. I
Cowboy-
enjoyed it.
I'm kidding.
I think in a vacuum, with it just itself, it would have been fine.
Right.
But the fact that it is based on one of my favorite IPs of all
Yeah.
time made it so
different.
that the shitty writing that it did have made it so much worse because they're like ruining the characters that I enjoyed.
Yeah, I would
Uh,
agree. They didn't do them justice for sure, but I
Yeah.
still found it entertaining, I guess.
And-
But
I mean, I wouldn't say that it would like it's the worst thing I've ever watched because I mean the live action Death Note exists, but
that was
so
bad.
but can you tell me a single live action anime remake that has been good?
I gotta say they did a Bleach movie. It wasn't bad. It wasn't good, but it also wasn't bad.
So can you name me a single live action one that was good? Not palatable. Palatable's okay.
No,
but
I
like
can't. I cannot.
actually good.
No. It's kind of like the same thing. Like, can you name a good video game movie? It's kind of like the same thing. It's
Certain things just don't
Yes.
translate to
Yeah.
live
Detective-
action. I mean, you can do a
Detective
lot
Pikachu.
more, but
Detective Pikachu was good, and I actually really like Sonic.
I never
Yeah, I
actually
guess
ended up
those are
seeing
good.
it.
Uncharted wasn't bad either.
Never saw it.
I need to watch that still. That's on
It was
Netflix
pretty good.
now.
It was pretty good. I mean, it has
Oh,
Mark
nice.
Wahlberg in it, so it lost points for that automatically because I can't fucking stand Mark Wahlberg. But
But so like horrible tangent, but I am not excited for any of the live action anime remakes because like they're not good. Firstly, I would be willing to say that. And then secondly, the same issue that I have with some of these Comic-Con reveals is that can we like come up with a new IP maybe? Can we like have an original idea? I love Secret Wars. I love like a bunch of these characters, and I cannot will enough shits in the universe to see the same story that I read better in the comics.
Right. Okay.
Just write me a new story, please.
Fair enough. That's fair.
Um,
That's a fair argument.
and so the Yu Yu Hakusho remake, although I love Yu Yu Hakusho, love that anime, like come up with a new IP, please.
Yeah.
And ideally, since it's Netflix, don't cancel that new IP one season in.
Give
Yeah.
it a chance to breathe.
Yeah, like
Age like a fine wine.
they're
There you
getting
go.
canceled like one episode in, and you're like, nobody even had time to enjoy your
Yeah.
show. So I know I'm ranting at this point, but no, I'm not looking forward to them. Is
All right, fair enough.
the short answer.
You know what I'm looking forward towards, Josh, with the One Piece live action? Is no CGI, and I want them to do old school 70s Willy Wonka
Yeah.
effects. So when Luffy gets big, he's like, he becomes a big blueberry. When he
Yeah.
stretches, it's just like horrible looking cloth or something like that.
I mean,
Please no CGI. Like
I'm
that's
really
gonna, I think, what's gonna ruin it.
I'm really interested to
is
see
all
the
those
trailer.
things.
I will say, I don't know if you've seen any like production photos, but they built the ships. Like,
And see, I think that's great.
Yeah.
If you could do real things, that's what's going to win it over. But
Yeah.
like, I think as soon as you start throwing in CGI cheesiness, it's like, I don't know. And I think
Yeah.
that's unfortunately going to happen because Luffy is
all
rubber.
CGI.
He's
Yeah,
fucking
true.
rubber. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know how that's going to translate to real world. Oh wait, we've seen it with Fantastic Four, and it's bad.
Yeah.
So
My fear with those IPs are that they are simultaneously very serious and very goofy at the same time,
mhm.
which Netflix still has not been able to figure out. How do you write a serious?
Neither did
thing?
M. Night Shyamalan with Airbender.
Nope.
It's so bad.
So
Oh,
bad.
Aang's a
Ong.
funny character.
No.
He's gonna be serious the whole
Ong.
time.
Yeah.
Ong is a serious character.
Oh God, I hate the way they say it. Ong
yeah.
the whole time.
Yep.
Oh, can't even get the name right in the fucking movie.
Nope.
It
So
was bad.
so that's
think it just
my
threw up
fear
in my
is that
mouth.
it will. I don't know. I don't think it'll be good. They can have like perfect CGI and the writing will still suck ass.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's my personal opinion. You know,
Just
teach their
don't
own.
butcher Sanjay, and I'll be happy.
Yeah.
They will. They will.
You fucking like come over there and beat your ass.
I'm just speaking the truth. I don't want them to ruin Sanjay. They just will.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. Okay, we got to move on. We went on a long ass tangent. Okay, so number 2, Justin alluded to this a little bit ago, but the first trailer for the upcoming Dungeons and Dragons Honor Among Thieves dropped, and it looks surprisingly good. I had no faith in this movie when it was announced. I mean, none. I was like, this is gonna be fucking awful.
Because the first one was terrible.
Yeah, it was so bad. So I was like, this is just gonna be terrible. And then I watched the trailer and I was like, huh. First, I really like Chris Pine, so that's exciting. I don't. So Justin, we'll go to you first because you kind of talked about it a little bit earlier. What'd you think of the trailer?
So I was talking to Adam about this, and he was like, I don't know what I would like. I don't think it's gonna be good. I was like, well,
Because I was under the
like,
same impression of thinking about the old Dungeons and Dragons,
Right.
which was a terrible,
It was really
terrible
bad.
movie.
but I was thinking like Dungeons and Dragons and just nerd culture in general is getting a lot more visibility. Like Stranger Things is basically built around Dungeons and Dragons,
Mm-hmm.
and that is wildly popular. And I don't know, like it's not like in that show, people that played D&D were part of Devil Cult,
Hellfire
and
Club.
Hellfire Club. Should we get Hellfire Club shirts for next time?
There you go. Hell yeah.
Yes.
I want to actually denim jacket with like cut off
There you
sleeves.
go.
Like hell, yeah, that's what we need.
But
The denim
so I
vest.
think that just the way that the world is opening up to D&D gave them hope that they could sell it. So I think, and the trailer showed that they obviously have a nice budget because it doesn't look like shit.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
it actually looks like a D&D world should.
100% what I thought too is like they got a good budget for this movie.
The mimic looked dope. The gelatinous cube looked dope. Just the effects actually look like it's going to do it justice. And I think, given like all the other stuff that's come out in the last 10 years with CGI looking more realistic, with a good budget, you can make it look good. And I think that they must have gotten a good budget. I like the most fun campaigns that we've been in were kind of goofy and sort
Right.
of comedy based. And so having that spin on it is more engaging. Like, even if you don't really care about fantasy or whatever, like, humor can bring everyone together. So I think that's promising. I think it looked surprisingly good as well. I had high hopes and I had good faith in it, and the trailer solidified my hope for it.
Nice. Okay. So you were kind of opposite end of the spectrum. You thought it was going to be good even before the trailer,
Mhm.
whereas I was like, "This is going to be fucking terrible." I was
I
with
don't think
Adam.
Chris Pine has done like a bad thing ever.
Yeah.
And so when I saw him signed on it, it's like, I don't think that he would pick this if he didn't believe in it.
Right.
So
Right. All right. So Adam, what did you think?
I would agree with pretty much everything Justin said. I mean, I watched it and literally got goosebumps and chills like watching it, and then I showed it to Kat and got goosebumps again watching it again.
Yeah.
So like
Right.
I was very excited. I do have a couple fears potentially with the storytelling, and I feel like the way they're setting it up, it's just going to be like a D&D Ocean's 11
That's
sort of heist
exactly what I
thing.
thought, dude.
And I'm
That's
like, there's nothing
exactly.
wrong with that, but I
Yeah.
just like, oh, we're building the crew and we're gonna
Right.
do this heist because we're all thieves. Like, okay, we've been there, done that, but at least there's a fun twist on it.
Right.
And obviously, like Justin was saying, like if you're a D&D nerd, like you picked out all those things. Like, oh, I saw the mimic. Oh, they jumped in the gelatinous cube. Like all these things, and I obviously appreciate that so I think it is going to tick all the right boxes, and it's going to be entertaining, and I think it's going to do well. And yeah, end of story. I think
Yeah.
I'm very excited for it.
I had the exact same thought, dude. As after I finished watching it the first time, I was like, "Is this just oceans in a fantasy setting?"
Yeah,
It
it
is.
really is.
That exact thought, which I don't
But
think would
is
be
that
a
a bad
bad
thing?
thing.
It's
Yeah.
not a bad thing because those are
Yeah.
great, entertaining movies.
Right.
But we've been there. Italian
Right.
Job, like Ocean's 11, like we've been there, done Mission Impossible movies, like
Right.
But if it's done well, it's gonna be
Well,
good.
you can't rely on Hollywood to come up with a new idea. Let's
Right.
be
That's
real.
fair. That's
There-
Well,
fair.
there are
apparently
no
new
idea.
IP and other shit like Josh was talking about.
Yeah. So Josh, what did you think of the trailer?
I don't think it looks very good.
Really?
Oh gosh.
I think that this is
There's a druid that becomes an owlbear.
and owl bears are dope as fuck. So I mean that's a plus. I mean the mimic looked great, Gelatinous Cube looked great. So I think that this is going to be an Uncharted situation where it's going to be entertaining. It's not going to be good. Like those are two distinctly different things in my brain.
Wait, did you watch Uncharted?
No, I didn't see it. But that is the way that it was described to me. Is like
I like Uncharted.
but like would you
But you also like
consider
all
it-
of the Marvel stuff, so maybe your
Yeah.
taste. No, I'm just
Except for Moon Knight, apparently.
So in my brain I think that good and entertaining are not necessarily the same thing. You can have good and entertaining movies, but good, like a good movie and an entertaining movie aren't necessarily the same thing. So when I'm watching this, I think it looks kind of funny. I think there's a lot of callbacks to like old school D&D. I think it will be entertaining, but I don't think I'm gonna be like, oh, I need to go watch that again. Like,
Okay.
it'll be just like it'll be enjoyable, but I'll never buy it. Like, I'll never go out of my way to see it again, I don't think. So to a certain extent, if they had just made this a fantasy movie with a shit ton of D&D references, I think I would have liked the idea more than a D&D movie. I don't think that Dungeons and Dragons adds anything to the plot or like the actual content of the film. You know, the
I mean, it's
only
the world.
exactly, and the only reason why the mimic or the gelatinous cube or the owl bear are great is because oh look, it's D&D references. And to a certain extent, I'm afraid that this is going to be one of those movies that are like, see, we added these references that you should know. Like, look at how nerdy we are. When none of them actually have played D&D, or like the writers. Nah, I don't expect Chris Pine to give a shit about D&D. Obviously, he's an actor, but
I would
so,
imagine he's played if he's doing the role.
I would hope so. Yeah. But so I anticipate that the movie will be entertaining. I don't think it'll be good.
Okay.
They
Fair
should
enough.
do a charity campaign
Oh, that'd be sweet.
where they play online with
Like
like,
the whole cast.
It's like Critical Role or something.
Yeah.
I mean, not Critical Role because Critical Role's ruining D&D, but
Wow. Okay.
That's a hot take. All right.
Wow. Okay.
it's entertaining to watch. But I don't know, like
Hot take. All right.
Fair
It's run
enough.
Twitch and they're like number what in the top
okay, I don't think
three.
it's ruining.
I was gonna say, do you play enough D&D to say what's ruining it? Like, when was the last
No,
time?
I don't. I would love to, and I tried. We've been
Oh,
we're
we're salty about yeah.
we were trying to get on Steve's campaign. Come to find out, they invited a brand new employee to join instead of us. So
Ooh.
you're on that campaign, aren't you, Huff?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Yeah, I heard
Yeah.
that he's actually doing pretty good, but it's still salty.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, not like Josh. I was in your campaign for tons of years, and other people jumped up. It's fine. Don't bite me. It's fine.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think Josh had a say in it.
He didn't have a say. That's fine.
But not my campaign. So I control nothing.
No, I don't have.
I had a campaign for years that Adam was in, and then I kind of got burnt
So
out
fun.
from DMing a little bit. It was just like a lot of
That's
work.
fair.
And then,
But I had so much fun as you being DM, Josh. And
Every campaign that I've
obviously we
hosted,
did.
People flake out, and then it's like I had so much stuff built, and then people would flake, and it's like, well, what's the point of spending all this time when it's just dying? So yeah, I would love to play in another, but I can't find a campaign that people will DM for me on. So here we are. But the last thing I'm going to say to this movie is that I see where Josh is coming from, and one of my hopes actually was that they were going to take either a well-known module or like find a really good module that maybe isn't super well known and try to adapt it to a film. Like I would have loved to see a more dark, scary themed,
Sinister Secret of Saltmarsh. That's what I'm hearing right now.
Could have been
Josh's favorite.
I mean,
my favorite AD&D campaign from way back in the day.
But I just think they could have done something that was a little more story driven. I get why they're doing what they're doing because again, comedy is going to bring a lot more people in than
it's safe. They did the safe formula that's going to make them money. I mean, we can all be real about that.
And that's why I think it'll end up in the entertaining, not good
yeah, but I mean, if you really think about D&D, can you make a good D&D movie? Because D&D is all about so many different choices, and a movie is one particular choice all the way through. You don't, I mean, unless you're doing some of those like Netflix interactive movies where you kind of like choose your own story, that's the only way to make it. In my mind, that's what D&D is.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I don't want it to be a D&D movie. I would be fine with a fantasy movie
I get it.
with the same plot and the same people. Just don't call it Dungeons & Dragons. The only reason it's called Dungeons & Dragons is because all of the nerds that are like, I like Dungeons & Dragons, I'm going to go to that thing. Like
they probably also own the rights to certain things, right? To an extent. Don't they? like the rights to certain characters,
You'd
or
imagine,
no?
yeah.
I mean, Wizards of the Coast obviously can license characters or
Yeah,
places or
that's
things.
what I'm wondering. But
But
I guess to your
I
point,
don't.
anyone could easily make a druid that turns into an owlbear. That's not like, yeah, Wizard of the
There,
Coast don't own that idea. But
there
maybe
are
calling it an owl bear, but you could make it look like an owl bear and call it a bear owl. Like,
or like a beholder. There are certain
yeah.
monsters that
Mhm.
are owned by Wizard of the Coast or like D&D, and so but I don't think any of those are going to be pivotal to it being the movie that it's going to be.
Right.
Did Stranger Things have to get licensing for what they did?
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I mean, I
Oh,
don't know
that
that
makes
it's too
I'm,
hard.
that show
I'm sure
makes too much
that paid
goddamn
off
money.
immensely.
Yeah, right. No
on
shit.
both sides.
So like I don't know. That just, again, it's probably me just being salty as a nerd. But I don't think any of the actual plot or content of the movie will be about D&D. It'll just
Right.
be a name in a fantasy genre with a bunch of like random cameos. It's like the same reason why I don't find things like Big Bang to be funny, is because like they're just like, look at all the references we're making. Isn't it funny? Isn't it great? Like, it's like not actually funny. It's just referencing things that are enjoyable. So I that's what I kind of expect. I think it'll be entertaining. But
All right. We'll see. We'll see what
again,
happens. Coming out
I'm
soon.
ranting.
So
We
yeah.
should go to it, Huff, when it's out.
Yeah, I mean, I'm down.
Yeah,
I mean, I enjoy going to movies, whether or not the movie is good. I enjoy the whole process, you know. So I am absolutely down to go watch the movie. But
All right. All right, let's move on. Number 3, last one up. Fans of the Last of Us games are both excited and upset for Naughty Dog's release of The Last of Us Part 1 this year. The game looks incredible with completely rebuilt environment and character animations, lighting, and sounds. However, many are saying that the $70 price point for a game we have already played is too steep. So what do you think about this?
It
Naughty
is.
Dog, huh?
It is too steep.
So
Mhm.
Naughty Dog put some work into this game. Like I said, completely rebuilt, but it's a game everybody's played before. Originally released in 2011, and then got remastered for the PS4, and now it's remastered for the PS5. So I don't know. So Justin, obviously, you think $70 is too ridiculous,
I never finished the first.
which is a goddamn travesty. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
It was really fun. I liked it. I just single player, you know how it is.
Yeah.
We don't have to go into it anymore. Great game. Like, I see why they're doing it with the success, but they need to have some sort of, like, if you have a save, or at least if you bought the digital version, you could buy it for $30, or like they need some sort. The technology's there. We know it's there. We've seen it in other games.
The Last of Us
Like,
Part 2.
yeah. So
Yeah.
if you have already given them the money, charging somebody, or like if you have the achievement, the final achievement or something on your account, then you get a special price or a coupon code, or you know what I mean? Like, they need to do something that offers, because I think charging $70 for a game that's, because this is the third release of it now.
Yep.
I think that's kind of absurd. I'm not surprised, and I'm sure they'll still make money. And I'm sure they'll make more money than what it costs to, because like for things like that, do they have to redo the game, or can they just update the basically the files?
So from what it sounds like, I saw an interview with Neil Druckmann where he said essentially they took all the original character models, and then with the technology they have, they're able to just upres it to an insane level. And then, but all the environment is completely ground up from scratch, rebuilt. So I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of work that went into it.
I'm sure all the
the-
audio is probably still
Yeah,
the
oh,
same because you're obviously not
sure.
going to go and get all these actors to come back and do all
Yeah,
these voice lines
for
and
sure.
do this like motion capture and like there's definitely places where they saved a lot of money. We can't like argue that.
For sure.
So
Absolutely. So
and
Adam, where are you on it?
they already have the blueprint there. You're just remaking it, making it look a little prettier, and
Right.
that's all subjective to the person that's making it. So I think 70 is ridiculous to do that because I the game's already done. There's a lot of things I guarantee you they brought
Yeah.
over from the other thing. And to say 70 means you have made a whole brand new game ground up, and they have not done that. So I think that's an absurd price.
Okay. Josh, what about you?
Feel like I'm a contrarian today. I don't mind it.
You're an asshole today, Josh.
I
You
know,
are. You're just
I
polar opposite
know.
of everybody.
I
He was
know.
ornery when before we started.
Yeah, it's just one of those days, I guess. It's similar to how I feel about loot boxes or like I don't know DLC shit. I have a hard time blaming a company for making money. It's what they're meant to do. And will I buy this game that's been released 3 times for $70? Fuck that. Like, but
They can try, I guess.
yeah,
You could
I
try.
can't blame them for because they know that this game is really popular. They know that people are going to buy it regardless of the price. So I think the people that they're marketing to, sure, it wasn't a brand new game, but they're also going to sell less of them because it's already been released a bunch. So like, it'll like equal out. I'm sure they're going to make a profit. Like, no worries there.
Because the
But-
game's already been made.
Well, yeah, but like,
Go on Fiverr and get this shit done for
how many Nintendo games are $50, $60 right now that were released on the Wii U? We're like totally fine with that, but
No, we're not.
No, we're
No, we're
not.
not.
We don't buy them. Other people we don't. I mean, I think we
Skyward
all
Sword
collectively said
didn't
that all of us are
participate.
not going to be buying this for $70.
well, that's my point. That's my point. Is they're going to do fine, and they're going to like make their money. I'm not going to buy it, but I probably wouldn't buy it at $60. I
Right.
probably wouldn't buy it at $40. One, because I don't have a
Right.
PS5, and two, I already owned the game 2 systems ago. So like,
And it was still good back then. It looked great. Like I don't think we need a remaster, do we? I mean,
but
I don't know.
that's kind of my point. Is like the people who are saying it's not worth $70 probably wouldn't have bought it at 50. Is my guess.
Right.
I think the person that they're marketing the $70 to are the people who are going to buy it regardless of its price.
It's the
And-
Field of Dreams take.
Yeah.
If you build it, they will come.
Yeah, and so like I just have a hard time. I absolutely will not buy it. I don't give a shit about it. I think it's the same game that they've released twice already, but I'm also not the target market for it. The target market is either the person who hasn't played it ever, and as far as they're concerned, it's a brand new game, or someone who's going to buy it regardless of the price, regardless of the system, because they've already bought it 3 times or whatever. So I sit in the like middle ground where I'm not gonna buy it. I don't give a shit about it, but I also don't care that they're charging $70 because I wasn't gonna buy it regardless.
Right.
I mean, you might as well set it at 70 and like what in a couple months you're gonna drop it down to 50 or whatever, like they always do.
Yeah.
At least you get
So-
the assholes that bought it at 70.
So I'm gonna say, I'm polar opposite of Josh, where I think it's ridiculous that they are charging $70 for this. I think it's fucking dumb. But I'm with Josh where he said that's marketed at 2 different people who've never played it before or people who are going to buy it regardless. And I absolutely fall into that second category. I will be buying this at $70 day one, and I will be playing it.
How can we expect anyone to change though? Like,
right.
because
Yep.
because you will buy it at $70.
I'm gonna
You
be
will.
I'm gonna be as hypocritical as humanly possible right now. I think it's ridiculous. I'm going to buy it. I'm absolutely going to buy it. So, it's my second favorite game of all time. I bought it when it first released. I bought the remastered version for PS4, and I'm gonna buy the remastered version for for PS5. Absolutely. So, uh, I mean, Josh is right. This is who they marketed it as, and I'm gonna fall for it, and I'm gonna buy it. So, um, yeah, they got me, but I do think it's ridiculous, but I don't care. I'm gonna pay it. So I'm gonna be real hypocritical.
Side tangent. You know what's ridiculous? I went to a buddy's house because I was dog sitting for him. He had a PlayStation 5, and I saw that thing finally in person.
It's huge.
Holy fucking shit, that thing
It's
is
huge.
massive.
Yeah,
Fucking
it is.
huge.
It is
just a PC.
way bigger than the old school
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Xbox, and I was like, I looked at that thing and I was like, it looked like a Dyson fan or something. Like
Yeah.
that thing was huge.
Yeah, it's fucking huge.
I am so glad I do not have one of these things. That was the worst design I've ever seen of a console in a long time, and I almost had a Virtual Boy. So
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck is that thing?
And we all know you're still waiting on Virtual Boy 2. You're still waiting on it.
It's a full desktop PC like that. I like it. Just get it.
Yeah.
Just get a PC.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's a mini form factor, like PC, basically what it was. I mean,
Yeah.
I in the same guy had the new Xbox, and how that's just a tighter configuration and stuff. I loved the look of the new Xbox, but when I looked at it, I'm just like, that thing looks like it's gonna burst into flames from
Yeah.
heat. Because like, how do you cool off a brick of computer?
Right.
Because
Right.
I've had a
There's
brick
a fine balance between those two systems. Is really what I came to seeing.
I've had a computer, like a mini gaming PC that was built like that brick, but it was all liquid cooled. So like,
And that makes sense.
Well, yeah, exactly.
100%
Like,
makes sense.
you just need a fan at the top and a fan at the bottom, and then you're good. I don't understand how the Xbox doesn't overheat. Because it.
Some new crazy technology that makes a turbulent tornado mode. Yeah, fuck you guys. It's still gonna overheat.
So,
Mine has yet to overheat. So
surprisingly,
far,
I really haven't heard. I mean,
Yeah.
I have heard stories of them overheating, but not any more than any other system that exists. So I'm surprised that it does.
And anytime
so
I
well.
see that, it's always like clogged with dirt and fur and bullshit.
It's
like you.
like, display cabinet, like,
Yeah,
just
no
absolutely
airflow.
stuffed.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah. So, anyways, that's The Last of Us. I'm gonna play it. Nobody else will, and that's totally fine. You do you. So,
We did.
Yeah,
like
you
10
did.
years ago. We did.
Yeah.
We're done. We've done. Stop living in the past, Ryan.
No, I don't want to. The past is my happy place. All right. Justin, do we have a conspiracy theory?
We do have a conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
Hey!
Oh, they love me.
All the chatters play along with us.
Hello.
Guys, I think you're going to like this one
All right.
for you geeks.
We'll like them all.
The alien spacecraft reportedly seen over Texas in 2015 looked eerily similar to what type of ship seen in one of the Star Trek movies?
Oh no.
A, the Klingon battle cruiser. B, the Borg cube ship. C, the Romulan bird of prey. Or D, the species 8472 bioship.
I don't do Star Trek. I don't know.
Star Trek's so good. Those are all really good ships. I want to go Borg Cube because I would
Good
love to
ships.
see the Borg Cube in real life.
I recognize the word Romulan, so that's what I'm going with.
I was gonna go with the Romulans as well, but just to pick a different one, I will pick the Klingon one.
Okay.
So I'm gonna be lame, and this is gonna be. I'm just gonna say it. I'm picking the Borg cube because Marissa looked at me when she said it, and this will be a test for her to not.
Collusion.
Is she giving away her
Collusion.
tell? Is she giving away her tell?
I don't know.
You could see me move too, right? It's not like I was just giving
I
you
wasn't
a
paying
cue.
attention.
You guys could see me too.
What's the answer?
But it is Borg cube.
Oh,
God damn it! Damn it!
God damn it.
Oh,
but in all reality, how crazy would that be to see a Borg cube?
I don't know what a
Because
Borg cube is.
terrifying if
Just
you
a-
saw that.
It's a giant cube.
I've lost.
Made of all sorts of like broken ships and refab technology and shit they've stolen, and like, no, that'd
Picture
be
the cube.
terrifying.
Wasn't it?
It wasn't
I've
a
lost-
cute. We gotta check next week now. She's
I've
gonna like
lost-
look away the whole time
Right.
as she reads it.
I'm gonna go
I've
back
lost
to our
all
Twitch
faith
mods.
in that household. I've lost all faith in what is going on there.
On Etsy, there's a sweet glowing 3D printed LED sweep hand sensor board cube for $80.
That was a lot of words together.
I was like, can you post the link somewhere in chat or something? I want to see this in Twitch chat or something. You're a moderator. You can do a link, right?
I think everyone can.
Oh, we got to change that right away then.
Watch the video that's on
Oh,
this
that-
link.
Yeah.
pretty
So I mean,
dope.
if you saw one of those in real life, I would be absolutely terrified, and also like, wow, that's cool.
I'm just saying, next week I'm gonna be watching real close to see
Body language.
if there's any hints past Justin. If I've lost all faith.
We're not gonna see anymore. It's
I
gonna be
called
a
out
tap.
the cube.
It's gonna be
Yeah.
a tap on the knee, and you're
Yeah,
not gonna
right.
see
They
it.
lost all faith in this household.
It's not.
She looks sad.
I'll work on it.
She's gonna work on it.
Yeah, work
Tell
on
her,
your
tell her
poker
to
face.
just look at the wall as she's like doing
There
it.
you go.
Well, I tried not to look at her so that I wouldn't notice, but it's in the camera, so I'm
Right,
Yeah.
you're looking right at it.
Yeah, you guys could have all seen it too, but you don't
Fair
know her
enough.
like I do. So,
Fair enough.
and I was paying attention because she looked at me for that one, and I was like, "Is she gonna look at me again?" And she didn't. So.
Do you guys
No,
want to
like
play poker this weekend?
Yeah, no shit,
Taking all the money. No, I'm just kidding.
All right. Okay. So that wraps up conspiracy. We got 2 listener questions this week. Jump into the first one. Pistol Pete writes in, "Hi, Pistol Pete."
What up?
Pistol
What up, Pistol Pete?
Pistol Pete says, "Y'all see that Black Panther Wakanda Forever trailer? Damn, it looks amazing. Who do you think the new Black Panther is?" So we intentionally left this out when we were talking about Comic-Con earlier because we had a listener question for it. But did you watch the Black Panther Wakanda Forever trailer, first of all? Yes, everybody?
Yes.
I did just because he called it out.
I thought it was an incredible trailer. I thought it was really good. I'm hyped for this movie. So I have a feeling, well, I know Josh is going to be a naysayer. Just, to begin with. I don't even have to.
Just start with Josh. Get it out of the-
Josh, tell me why this trailer sucked.
Okay, so let me. No, I think it was a good trailer. I'm still kind of burnt out on Marvel films, but it was a good trailer, and to answer the question of who do I think the new Black Panther is, I'm gonna go with Nicolas Cage.
God, I hope not.
As Black Panther
the
stealing the
bees.
Declaration of Independence.
Yes, using Wakanda technology.
I saw they're making a new national treasure.
They are. Yes, they are. That's happening.
He is
Nick
a
Cage in it?
national treasure.
No.
He's not in it, and they're making
No,
another
yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Trash.
Right.
Again, they don't come up with new IPs. They just
Right.
That was like when they made a new Mummy and didn't have Brendan Fraser.
Right.
he's coming out with a new movie. I saw a trailer for.
Yeah, he's gonna be in a Scorsese film. Anyways.
Fuck.
Yeah,
Anyway.
Brendan Fraser's back. Okay,
Wow,
so
okay.
you did not particularly you liked the trailer, but it's Marvel, so you don't really care.
I liked the trailer. I'm just like little burnt out on.
Yeah.
But it was a very good trailer. I imagine it will be a very good movie.
I think it's gonna be really good. I'm more interested to see than who the new Black Panther is. I'm more interested in how are they gonna handle Chadwick Boseman's death. That's the one I'm more
Yeah.
interested to see. Like, how are they gonna do that? Yeah, I don't know. Justin, what did you think?
I also thought that it looked good, and I'm also with Huff that I'll probably watch it when I watch it, but it's not on the top of my to-dos. I've only seen like every Marvel movie ever once, and I don't know all the comics and shit behind, so I honestly don't even remember a single name of anyone besides the Black Panther. So I don't know who's going to be the next Black Panther because I don't know who else is even in it.
Fair enough. All right, that's fair.
Saw a lot of stuff about his sister, and I'm assuming that won't happen now. And so
I
beyond
think it
that,
still might. I don't know. There's some shit that leaked of action figures with her in a Black
Oh.
Panther costume. So
I mean,
I
that
don't
would be
know.
my only guess
Yeah.
because that's literally the only guess I could make.
All right. Fair
Yeah.
enough.
It was the
Uh,
easiest one.
Adam, where are you at? Did you like the trailer?
Honestly, we didn't like. What the fuck is the movie about? Like, I don't know. The trailer did nothing, but like the mom just being mad. Like, I don't know. Like the queen being mad. What the
So
fuck's the movie about?
I
I
think
don't know.
I think the trailer showed a lot actually. I
Mm,
watched it a few times though,
eh.
so that yeah. Like
But long story short, Killmonger needs to be the new Black Panther. We all can agree on that.
yes, Michael
But
B.
I don't
Jordan.
think that's gonna happen,
I
and
know.
you 100% know it's gonna be Shuri. So that was my guess even before I even knew there was potentially uh action figures or whatever. They just built her up so well in the
Yeah.
first one as the intelligent, like clearly can hang with the boys sort of situation. At the end is fighting and Endgame fighting awesome. Like clearly the next in the mantle for the Black Panther
You'll
suit. Or so Shuri was definitely my, besides jokingly, Killmonger, because in the What If series
oh
he was
yes.
awesome.
Oh my
If you guys
god.
haven't seen What If, that episode is amazing where Killmonger becomes Black
Black
Panther,
Panther,
and
yeah.
that's the way it honestly should have been. So
What
And
If is awesome, anyways. What If I really enjoyed.
season 2 I heard got confirmed
yeah.
of What If. That's exciting. That show's amazing.
So I think just going back to the trailer, I think showed quite a bit. Like, we know they're introducing Namor, which is really exciting. Which opens up a whole new world of possibilities. But I think that like they showed Wakanda flooding, so you know Namor's in it. They showed I don't know. I've watched like trailer breakdowns too, and I think there's an outside chance case to be made that it's Killmonger. I do. I think there's a like a 1%. Because there's I don't know. It would be great. I would love to have Michael B. Jordan back, man. He's probably like one of the best
He did
Marvel villains.
amazing in that
Oh,
first
so
one.
good,
He
so
was very,
good.
very good.
I would love to have Killmonger back, but I do think it's gonna be Shuri. Even if you watch the trailer, like she bulked up, man. Like
Yeah.
you could tell she hit the gym really hard. So I think it's gonna be her. Um, but we'll see, man. But I agree with Mr. Pete. The trailer was incredible. I really enjoyed it. Like I said, more than who the new Black Panther is, I'm interested to see how they handle Chadwick's passing. So I hope they do it justice. Which they will. Ryan Coogler's incredible, so I think they'll
He's just
handle
gonna
it.
fall down the waterfall like all the other people
Yeah,
did to die
right,
and pass on the mantle of Black Panther. They're just
right.
off the waterfall, have fun.
Yeah, have fun.
Or send him off like over the waterfall. I mean, that's like
Yeah,
their way of killing people off. That's
right.
where it happens. So I mean, it's gonna involve the waterfall.
I mean, I think the biggest case of it could be Killmonger is they called Kevin Feige, the head of Marvel, called this the multiverse saga. Like we're in a multiverse situation right now. It could be Killmonger. I'm just saying. It would be awesome if it was, but I think sure it would be incredible at it too. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Again, it's the easy and most
Yeah.
safe one, and the way the actress did so well in the first Black Panther, like it just seems the most reasonable person to send it to.
Yeah. Definitely. All right. Well, thank you very much for the question, Pistol Pete. We got one more. Adam probably not. All right. Adam writes in. Hi, Adam.
What
What
up,
up, Adam?
What up, Adam?
Adam. Adam says, God, he's still going. All right. Fair enough. Adam says,
Adam.
No. Adam says. What is your favorite running gag in a TV series? There is a pineapple in every single episode of Psych. First of all, Psych is just a very underrated show. I really like Psych.
I did enjoy that.
Yeah, it was really good. Very good show.
Never got into that show.
Yeah, it was good.
He could talk to ghosts, or was like
No.
a con artist, or
Yeah,
something.
he was a fake psychic.
Okay,
so-
that's what it was. Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
He's just really observant.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yep. So, but I thought it was funny. Like the humor was awesome. So, anyway, so that is true. I looked that up. There is a pineapple in every single episode of Psych, which is insane. That's
Mhm.
fucking wild. So, so I'm interested to see what you guys have. Josh, we'll kick it off with you. Do you have answer for this?
So there's a couple of like repeat jokes that I really enjoy, like in Bob's Burgers, like the different burger names and like
So good.
the business next
Spawn
to theirs.
cookbook.
Next to it, yeah.
And I do have the Bob's Burger cookbook.
Such a good cookbook.
It's so good. But since we talked about Archer earlier, every episode that they log into something, the password is guessed, and it makes me laugh every time. Like when they're hacking into something like a satellite, the password is always guessed. And it's just so good because it
awesome.
is wildly accurate. But all of the reoccurring gags in Archer are fucking amazing. I did look up the article that I saw.
Like ants. That's how you get ants. Like the ants jokes.
Or like
so
every
good.
time that they drop something, then like it like falls and like spins around. Like,
obnoxiously long,
Yeah.
and everyone's just silent, like listening.
just like waiting for it to actually finish, like rolling around on the floor. Or like counting the bullets like as they're being fired at them. Archer is just like full of reoccurring gags that I love.
Archer was Do You Want to Answer was mine.
Was
Nice.
it? Nice.
Yeah, was it? Nice.
The only one I could think of though was the in IT crowd. Have you tried turning it off and on again?
That's a good one. That's a great one.
Which is very accurate. Very accurate. Because
For the sake of everyone in IT's sanity, if you're having computer issues, don't call until you've tried that, please.
try it a second time just to be sure.
Yeah.
And do not fucking tell us that you did that, because we can see. We know you haven't turned it off in 30 days. We know you're lying to us. That doesn't
It's
work.
really easy to tell.
The amount of times that used to happen, like you're lying to my ears. I hear it. I know. I see it.
I
Okay,
can
I'm
run
done.
a WMIC command against your computer remotely. I don't even need to remote into your computer to see that you're lying to me. Like, bug off. So,
Oh shit, that's awesome. Okay, so Josh, did you have more to add? Sorry.
I was gonna say that I mentioned that I thought I saw like a trailer or something for Archer. What it was a panel of the voice actors. So there was not an announcement. I have no idea why it was included in a list of announcements.
Interesting.
But so there, no. When I said earlier that I thought I saw there was like a new season or something, no, that article just sucked.
Broke
fair
our
enough.
hearts.
You just
and
like to lie
hopes
to
and
us.
Dreams. Yeah.
It's the only way I can get off is by lying to all y'all. So, crushing your dreams.
There you go.
Zynga.
Adam, what's yours?
So mine is actually from Airbender, and we brought it up. The melon cart that keeps getting destroyed. Like
Yep.
in every, I mean, it's not every episode, but it's a lot of episodes. That poor melon merchant.
Isn't it?
He's got a family.
Yeah.
Isn't it cabbages, or am I misremembering?
Or was it?
My
you know what I-
cabbages.
Maybe it's
I don't
cabbages.
remember.
You know what I mean, though.
Yeah.
Whatever
Yeah.
that
That
produce
Yeah.
cart guy that keeps getting his shit destroyed over and over.
No matter
in
where he
Airbender.
goes, he just gets screwed over. So bad.
Poor guy.
So my favorite one is from. There's a few of them in the show Community, but my favorite one is in the very first season somebody mentions Beetlejuice, and then in season 2 somebody mentions Beetlejuice again, and then in season 3 they're doing a Halloween party and somebody says Beetlejuice a third time, and you see a walk across the background. So
I remember seeing a
What
clip
show
of
was
that.
that?
What a
That's
good
from
like
Community.
long
Yeah.
con on that one. Good.
Yeah, over 3 seasons. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, the second somebody says Beetlejuice a third time, you see it's like way in the background, but you see him clearly just walk right across the screen. So, shit. But Community's got a ton of them. Community is such a good show.
I watched like a YouTube video of like all of the hidden Easter eggs in Community, and there is a
Oh
lot.
God.
There's a
Oh
lot
my
of
God.
them.
There's a lot. There's a ton. Yeah, super good show until Donald Glover leaves, and then I stopped watching. So you can basically watch up until then, but so yeah, Community. Very good question, Adam. That was a good one. I like that one. So that wraps up listener questions. We'll do a quick pick of the week, and then we will get out of here. Uh, who wants to kick us off? Adam, what's your pick of the week?
The Bear. It's a show on
Mhm.
Hulu, but it's actually from FX.
I want to watch it
And
so bad.
it's so good. I binge watched
Oh,
all 8
nice.
episodes
Okay.
Friday night. It's amazing, especially from someone that worked in restaurant business for a while. Oh my god. It
Yeah.
made me like anxious and like super happy and like loved everything about it. Brought me back to the restaurant world like in so many different spots and just really hit home in certain things. Yeah, it was amazing. I wish there was more. I think the way they ended it, I hope we get another season, but we'll see. Also, if it ends there, I think it's a really great ending as well. So
I Yeah, so originally popped on my radar. I saw like a screenshot of it when I was flagging through Hulu, and I was like, "Is that Lip from Shameless?" I was like, "Oh, it sure is." And then I
yeah, I
was
didn't
like,
even know that, but
I,
yeah,
I watched the trailer and I was like, "Shit, we gotta watch this show." We just haven't gotten around to it yet, but
it's
it's definitely
very
on my
good.
radar.
Highly recommend it.
Hell yeah, sweet. Josh, pick of the week.
I got two. Last week, mine was going to be that I went and saw the Mountain Goats live. So the Mountain Goats and their
There
new
you
album
go.
is great. This week it is the board game that we played, Townsfolk Tussle. So highly recommended. Love the art style. It has very Kingdom Death esque monster battler, but without the rest of Kingdom Death that makes it
Okay.
ridiculously complicated. So I had a ton of fun playing that, and I think Justin would agree that the variety between all of the bosses in different boss order and the items that you would get in the shop phase would just make for a dramatically different game every time that you play.
I'm kind of interested or tempted to have you bring that Saturday,
Yeah, just try
and we
our
just
hand
try
at
it
it.
What's the
again.
max player amount in that game?
I think 5.
5, yeah. But there's interestingly, I couldn't
That'd
really
be
find.
perfect if Kat and I can make it. Then that'd be
Yeah,
awesome. Try 5 on it.
that'd be dope. And so I'm looking forward to seeing like if they what the expansions are going to be and whatever. So I would recommend following the original Kickstarter, so that you will get notification of the new one. Obviously, I will just tell all of you, but for the listeners, follow the old Kickstarter, because the game is unavailable, unfortunately, unless you backed it. Or you can. I see some copies floating around the Board Game Exchange Reddit, but they are a bit on the pricey side.
Yeah.
Since there are
Yeah, I
new
definitely want to know when
funsies.
that goes on sale again. If you can
Mm-hmm.
remind us.
Because when he
Yeah,
told me about it, I looked up on Board Game Geek. Oh, this looks sick. And he's like, "Don't get your hopes up because it's impossible to find." And I looked at it. I was like, "Oh,
yeah,
there's like a couple on eBay for like $400." And I'm like,
Jesus.
ugh. But god
yeah.
damn it, it looks awesome, Ryan. Like the minis look great. The artwork on all the cards, like the quality of everything was. I was very, very, very impressed.
Cool.
It
Awesome.
was definitely
What
like a
was it? Just out of curiosity, Josh, what was it when you kickstarted it? Was it like
Like the cost?
$80 to $100, maybe $120 at best? Like,
Oh,
I mean, the quality was very good. I could see it being up there.
good question. I am guessing it will be more expensive than that, but
The next time around, yeah.
because I mean, one thing that people don't frequently factor in is how much shipping was, because it weighs
Hmm.
a fucking ton. But I'm scrolling through my Kickstarter. I will get back to you on that.
Fair enough.
You have a problem, Josh.
I
You just love to fund people's dreams, and I appreciate that about you.
and I've been pretty successful in that. Most of the things have ended up delivering. Okay, it was
It's all a gamba.
85.
That's not
That's
bad.
not
So
bad.
you were right on the money. Then plus
Just again from what I was seeing and the way the
What did you say it was?
85
Oh yeah, I would pay that.
plus shipping.
Oh,
however
yeah,
much that ended
absolutely.
up
Yeah,
being.
which I guess probably nowadays it'd be over 100 at this point, but
Yeah,
in total shipping in the
Mhm.
85.
All right, fair enough. So I'm kind of surprised your pick of the week was not John Mulaney. How was that?
John Mulaney was also great. Big fan. I thought that was hilarious. Definitely a different atmosphere than his previous stand up. I mean, his previous stand up, he's addicted to cocaine. So,
Yeah,
little less energetic, but no
a
less
little
funny.
chilled out a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was very much about his like intervention and his going to rehab and stuff. It's a bit of a trigger warning if you're
Okay.
not into that, but very very funny.
Cool.
So I would absolutely recommend going to that as well. Kind of bought tickets like last minute, and definitely worth it. Definitely worth it.
Cool. Awesome. Very nice. All right. Justin, you said yours was a series you binged, and mine is also a series I binged. I wonder if it'll be the same one.
I finally finished Stranger Things.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. That was mine a
And
few ago.
yeah, I think it's been mine various times throughout, but oh my god, it was so good.
Mm-hmm.
And
Can't wait for
I
the next season.
same,
The
but like
final season.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm okay with that honestly, because
Yeah.
if you go too long, you can kill it. They left
Right.
it open to have a great. I like that this season finally tied in the past, because like
Mhm.
I have had lasting questions about stuff and it
Right.
just never. And so then I was like, fuck, either this was planned from the beginning and they were just hoping that it was successful enough to get this far, and that's why they left it vague on things, or either way, like literally brilliant writing.
Yeah.
And it took me forever. Marissa and I watched season one like months ago when we kind of first started dating. And then every time I brought up season two, it was man. And then this season came out and I kept hearing so many good things. I was like, can we? And she's like, man. And then I finally got her to watch season two and we just flew through 2, 3, and 4. And like even even I was like, or even Marissa towards the end was like, it was getting late, and she's like, I was like, ooh, I want to watch one more, and she's like, yeah. So
There you go. Hell
yeah,
yeah.
if that's testament. And then it was funny because we're finishing after we got home from Huff's, we watched the second to the last episode, and there's a scene where a character hits another character, and she goes like crit kick or something, and then Marissa's like, "Is that a critical hit?" And I was like, "Hey,
Oh
you're
yeah.
catching
There you go.
on."
Nice.
She's like, "Am I a nerd now?" And I was like, "You're getting there, babe."
There
We'll
you go.
definitely make a nerd of her eventually. You know,
Oh, yeah,
it's a matter
sure.
of time.
I just loved how all of those episodes were so long. but they
Yeah.
did not
Same.
feel like it.
No.
Like you felt you like were watching a fucking movie. The length of a lot of those things, and it
And
did not feel
Well, the
like
last
it.
one
You
was
were
2 hours and
just
30 minutes.
but it
so
was
engaged, and it
the
like did
last
not feel like that at
No.
all.
the last episode was just white knuckle the entire 2.5 hours. Like, holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
God, it was good. Very
And
good.
it ended
And
so
sad.
goddamn good.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
I absolutely did not tear up at a certain scene.
Yeah, I did. So I know you
Dude,
did
I
too.
did. I did.
Yeah.
Go-
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So
Which is like, are you crying? And I was like, rubbing
No.
my head on the pillow.
was
No?
it
You're
was
crying. I'm not crying.
was it I Love You Man?
Yeah.
Yeah. For sure. Oh, Adam's thinking of something different.
What?
I
No?
doubt it. I doubt it.
What?
Okay. We'll talk about it after we're done recording.
I
No
still
spoilers.
haven't seen it, so
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Josh still has to catch up.
There
Okay.
were a couple scenes that honestly, if you were almost tear jerking, then you
Yeah,
just
yeah.
don't have a soul. So
Right.
Josh obviously would be cold stone. So we're fine.
Yeah.
yeah.
He'd be like, "Why?"
I'm like
Huh?
cutting onions and nothing, just nothing.
He's rubbing it in his eye. He's like, "I don't get it."
So my pick of the week is a show that my wife and I also binged on Amazon called The Terminal List, with Chris Pratt.
Was that
and
mine a couple weeks ago?
I think it
Mhm.
was. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, maybe Justin already had this one. So,
Cam
Um,
mentioned Terminal List in chat earlier.
dude, so good. It was very, very, very good.
Did you know that there's a scene where someone gets shot in a car? That's the original author.
Is it really? That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, I watched like a thing after, and he was like after the scene was done filming or whatever, he was like, I'm shaking. That was so fucking cool.
Yeah. That's sweet. But yeah, dude, really good. The only thing is, I guess the ending, fairly early on, so that was kind of disappointing. But otherwise, I think it was really fucking good. I really enjoyed it. Eight
Marissa
episodes.
guessed who the boss of Stranger Things was fairly early on.
Did she really? That's
Unfortunately, so did
impressive.
I.
I did like the episode before.
In this season, like if
Oh,
you'd
yeah.
ask seasons of, obviously no, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's impressive.
She's good at those things. Like, I don't know. She always sees the
Good
end
intuition.
before.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go. But yeah, Terminal List, check it out. Stranger Things, absolutely check it out. And I will be watching The Bear. Excited for it. So
dude, watch The Bear.
absolutely,
So good.
absolutely will do. All right,
And
boys.
play Townsfolk Tussle if you can.
Yeah, if you
I
can
think
find a
I
copy.
Good.
I think there's an official version on Tabletop Simulator.
I was just
Um,
gonna ask, can you get it on tabletop? Okay,
I think
nice.
so.
There you go.
And I think it's like official but free, if I'm not remembering
Ooh.
wrong. I could be remembering wrong, but I think I remember that they did that. So,
Nice.
That's what's up.
All right, fair enough. All right, that wraps it up. Though we had a longer one. We had some catching up to do, so that's okay.
I had to go on 2 hours worth of rants. My bad.
Yeah.
I'm disagreeing with everything.
Yeah, I was just
so.
Yeah.
disagreeing with us, really. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but thanks everybody for tuning in. We appreciate it. We are back. We'll get on a normal schedule now. Hopefully no more technical difficulties, and we're all good to go. So, thanks for tuning in, everybody. Bye, Twitch. Bye.